We're here at USC outside Heritage Hall, and we just got done with the press conference of the hiring of USC's new athletics director, Mike Bohn. And guys, just what is? I was impressed with him. I sensed a lot of energy. He has a track record of success. What was your guys' impression after that? It was about a 30-minute presser?
About a 30-minute presser with Carol, President Folt's initial introduction, her talking, et cetera, et cetera. The first thing you're going to recognize when you listen to Mike, dude carries a lot of passion and a lot of energy, and he really conveys that. I really like the part where he took the time to talk to the recruits. He looked into the cameras, and he had an impassioned plea to recruits why USC is special.
You got a good athletics director.
So that was my initial impression. We're talking to Marquis Stepp as he cruises on by. So, Josh, what did you think?
No, absolutely. I think if you're a student here like me, you can't help but think that this guy is a good hire. I mean, he's obviously a charismatic speaker, but as we were saying before, I mean, you don't get this kind of job unless you're a seller. You know how to portray yourself in a great way. With that being said, I really enjoyed the fact that it didn't seem like 20 minutes of fluff from him, just like your basic answers. It really seemed like he cares about this program and he wants to see it succeed.
Was there a question and an answer? You mentioned the recruit part, and that stood out to me as well. The fact that he was talking to recruits on what they have planned for the student athletes here at USC going forward. Was there anything that impressed you, question and answer wise, or it's just statements that Mike Bohn made today?
I think it was just mostly the statements he made. I think he really recognizes the importance of athletics at this university, specifically football, and to a slightly lesser extent basketball. But he was very emphatic. He wants winning, competitive programs, not just winning and being competitive, but national championship competitive. And you don't get that here, you're not going to last long here. So one of the questions that was asked of him is, how important is this next hire you make? Obviously, the football hire being the one that's coming up. We still have a coach, but he did address that, and I thought his answer was appropriate. He's going to do a quick evaluation, and we'll see where we go.
He did make it a point to say that winning
is very
football games, basketball games, or whatever sport it is a priority. Obviously, that's always a priority. It just seemed like there's going to be a real evaluation on what's going on, and have a plan going forward. So, this is a guy that comes in that he talked about the fresh perspective that he does have, and that he's not from USC. He didn't play football here like the past two athletic directors, and again, his passion was impressive.
And he actually pointed that out. Of all of his stops that he's been an athletic director, he never attended any of those universities. So he does bring a fresh perspective and some new ideas. And I think USC can finally step out of the 1970s, with all this ancestral hiring of ex-football players, and bring in a new, unique perspective. And he has some history with the West Coast. He worked at Colorado. So he's not completely foreign to the Pac-12 and the footprint itself.
You can sense he's going to embrace everything that's great about this university, which there is a lot of. But he's going to have his own ideas, and it sounds like he'll be somebody that's willing to listen to other people. I think Carol Folt is that way as well. I think some of the most impressive CEOs that we've had in this country over the years have been people that listen from everybody from the top to bottom. The question that we all really wanted to ask that wasn't asked, and I think we didn't ask it because it probably would maybe be a little disrespectful, was about the head football coach, and if somebody like Urban Meyer would be an option as a head coach. And I think at some point that's going to be a question he's going to get asked. But we've read all kinds of stories about how Carol Folt doesn't want Urban Meyer as a head coach. There was talk about the delay in this announcement happening today instead of earlier this week was because they're hashing out the Urban Meyer stuff. That being, pardon my French, but that is just all a bunch of bullshit. Those kind of stories are just stories made up to get clicks. Right. So, I think here he is. He was announced today, just like we thought he was going to be today all along. And now it's a matter of him, evaluating every athletic. I mean, he was just hired, so
He hasn't even met Clay Helton yet.
right.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody has met him yet.
Yeah, nobody knows. I mean, I think we were just talking to some SIDs that said they didn't even talk to him. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the basketball SID has yet to be introduced to the new AD. So, he's getting his feet wet. He's hitting the ground running. He's going to have a very defined time to make his evaluation of coaches.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, we're focused on football right now. He did say that USC is about winning and finishing strong. So the message was sent. It wasn't explicitly sent to Clay Helton, but that's where the message was directed. You've got 3 games to make an impression, and I think Trojan fans should probably anticipate Clay Helton's going to finish the regular season as your head coach.
Yes.
However, let's not be naive. Stuff's going on behind the scenes. The chances of Clay Helton remaining our head coach next season are probably slim. So, let's see how everything plays out. And tonight we've got the women's volleyball game. We've all been encouraged to attend, and
we might.
And we can shake hands with Mike Bohn. So we'll see where we go.
Yeah, we were going to head to Arizona, but
We're still going to go to Arizona.
We'll think-
It's a matter
we'll-
of when we leave.
yeah, may go to the volleyball game tonight. See if we can talk to him. But anyway, my impression was this is an impressive guy. It didn't take long for me, to feel that way about him, and so I think there's a lot for USC fans to be excited about with this athletic director hire. So now it's a matter of seeing if USC fans can get excited about the football program again. And to me, the quickest way for that to happen is to hire Urban Meyer if they're going to make a coaching change. That would be the no-brainer hire.
Yeah, look, everybody wants to win. Everybody knows what choice 1A is. Let's see.
My last thing I'll talk about is, another hypothetical, because there's a long way before Urban Meyer would be hired, or even if he's being considered to be hired, which I think he is. You hire somebody like Urban Meyer, you now get back in the mix for a handful of 5-star prospects, few that are committed to other schools, and I think all of that stuff has to be a factor, because recruiting is the lifeblood of a football program.
Well, and you don't even have to mention the parents, but during everyone paid attention to the live stream of the announcement, and parents have been chiming in since then. They recognize Mike Bohn as a good hire, so that message will get conveyed at home.
I got several text messages from parents of players and recruits during and after this press conference, and they're all excited.
Yeah, so that's a positive, but just like when recruits take their visits, everybody feels good immediately after.
I mean, obviously, yes.
So let's see how this plays out, after the euphoria wears off, so to speak. But USC took a positive step. No one can deny that.
I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it from Heritage Hall here, and we'll see you guys. Probably next time we'll do a video will probably be from